You got rid of those super big schools. You still bring some pretty good ones who actually are pretty good too. So you see this new conference. How do you see you guys shaking out?
I think it'll be about the same as last year. The teams last year that we played, the big schools, helped us out really in off-season play. And I think they really helped us out, but we'll see how this conference goes. Looks fun.
Jared, you guys had 3 regular season wins. I think you then matched that in the postseason. I mean, is that what Norwell's all about? You guys are the small school, so you kind of just have to get beat up and learn along the way, and then it matters in October?
Yep, we'll fight through the season, and then after season we'll go for the sectional.
Replacing Pearson, he just did so much. He played so much. He played all the time. How do you replace that, and what do you kind of expect from these guys who are stepping up into bigger roles this year?
You just have to move on and have other guys fill the roles. Other positions need to step up and just keep playing.
So how do you feel like you've improved to step up into one of those roles more?
I'm working harder and just thriving to get better.
Well, since you're the center, I know who you've been handing the ball off to the past 3 years.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, at least for him, but you got a new guy now, so how big is it to keep him on his feet so you guys can try to at least stay as good as you were last year?
Well, Carson Gerber, he's the new center. He's all right. He played sophomore year, so he got some reps when Pearson had to go out, because he got hurt or he was tired. So I've had some experience with him, and I grew up playing with him in middle school and freshman year too. So he's all right. He's good.
What's your thoughts on this new conference?
I'm excited for it. Give us a chance to play some new teams like Eastbrook and Huntington North. So.
You guys had 3 regular season wins, and you guys have done this in years past too. You basically we've learned everything we can learn, and all of a sudden in the tournament you guys are clicking really well.
Yeah.
Can we expect that again, and why do you think your team does this?
I don't know. It's just we play some bigger teams in the regular season, so that makes it tough for us. But we'd like to think that we can still play with them. But then come tournament time, we just really rally and then get playing better, and then we just play really well.
What do you think you learned playing those bigger schools? Because you got to take away something when you're losing all those times to get better. What do you think that is?
Well, we're playing teams that have a lot more players than we do, so we have to learn to fight and keep playing with what we have, and it teaches us to stay strong and keep going.
You guys had 3 regular season wins, and you basically did exactly what high school football is all about. You figure it out during the regular season, and then when it actually matters, you guys put it together.
Yeah, we're the small school in a big conference. We've been in the NHC the last 20+ years, and it gets you better throughout the year. But you don't win a lot of games. So if you want to win 7, 8 games, then we need to get in a different conference and have a different schedule. But if you want to get better and play good competition, then I like where we're at. And the Northeast State that we're switching to, Huntington North and Leo coming in, they're good programs, so that's going to be good competition. We've added Eastbrook for an opening game in Eastbrook over the years. Coach Addison down there does a great job, and they're going to be a tough opponent. And if you look at our schedule, I think there's probably 3, 4, maybe 5 wins if you really get lucky. And but we'll be a tough outcome sectional. We're dropping back to 3A, and we'll get to play Lures again. We've had them in the mid-2000s for 4 years, and I'm sure it'll be exciting for our fans and their fans.
Yeah, you guys can't really get bigger unless somehow 200 people just move into the school, but the schools that you're going to see in that conference are a little bit smaller. Carroll and Homestead, they're the juggernauts school size-wise. So you see those 2 new schools, which one are you really looking forward to seeing? Do you think this conference, because of how tight the school sizes all are, that it's really, we don't really have a favorite yet? Do you agree with that?
Well, your bigger schools are going to be your favorites. Any public school where your enrollment's going to help you. But we've played Leo the last 6, 7 years. So we know what they're about, and they're coming over from a strong ACAC conference. Huntington North would be the one that maybe we haven't played. I think Huntington and Carroll might have played Huntington North, but the rest of our schools haven't played them. So they'll be different. They've got a new coach, so it's going to be real hard to expect what we're going to get out of them. But yeah, the other schools, Columbia City and DeKalb and East Noble and Belmont and all those, we're familiar with them, and this is going to be tough competition, and it's going to be fun.
All the Fort Wayne schools, they all got the same, zip code, Fort Wayne. You guys are all distinct towns, right on the Fort Wayne's edge. Do you feel like this conference is kind of about just like these surrounding communities? I mean, if you live in Ossian or, north side of Bluffton, that's what they're doing on Friday night. They're coming to your games. And it's just like, is it blue-collar, hard-nosed football for all 8 teams?
Yeah, I think the SAC's more city schools, and then the ACAC used to be the Allen County schools, but anymore I think there's just maybe 1 or 2 Allen County schools left in it. And we certainly thought the NHC was one of the premier conferences around. So I think the Northeast 8 and the SAC, and the ACAC, there's 3 good conferences. You've got the city schools with some privates mixed in with the SAC, and then you've got us, the little bigger schools surrounding, and the ACAC, the smaller schools in the surrounding area. And I think it gives everybody a variety on Friday night.
Jeff, I know we've been talking about the tournament a little bit in your school size, so we'll stick with that first. But dropping down to 3A, that means you're on the big side of 3A. Do you think facing all these bigger schools, in September and August, September, and October will help you in late October?
Yeah, I think it does. Physically, throughout the regular season, we're not going to be. We're hoping to be equal. We're probably going to be a little outmanned throughout the regular season, but then comes sectional time, we should be equal as far as physical size and strength. So if you can survive the injury bug throughout the regular season, there's some good teams in our sectional. Don't get me wrong, with Yorktown and Lures and some of them. So it's not going to be easy, but yeah, same size, we should match up better.
We got to talk about the guys you got to replace, and I know the biggest one we want to hear about is Pearson Harnish. He's gone. He started, I think, all 4 years for you. What can we expect from this team, knowing we got a guy who's really coming in, no matter who it is, not the experience you've had in the past?
Yeah, Pearson started 4 years on defense, 3 years at quarterback for us. And yeah, there's a lot of offense and defense we got to replace, but I think we'll do it offensively. Carson Gerber's coming back. He did not play last year. He played as a sophomore. Over the summer, he's got back acclimated to everything pretty quick, as far as knowing what's going on. So he should give us a solid quarterback play. And our line, Andrew Oakes was a senior last year on our offensive line. He's the only senior we're losing, so our offensive line should be solid. And then we're going to have 4 or 5 running backs. Instead of Pearson carrying it, 25, 30 times, we're going to have 10 or 12 carries and about 4 or 5 guys trying to pull that load. Defensively, we should be solid. Trevor Eichler, a senior, he'll move from outside linebacker to inside linebacker and hopefully be able to get some of those tackles that Pearson had.